is Noreen from Joya Cards, and welcome to another one of my card class videos. If you haven't done my card classes, they are available. You get, so far this month, you're going to get 10 cards, 5 different designs, 2 each. It's like $30 plus if I have to ship it. So there's a lot of things that are kind of different about my cards. If you look at this, the green background to this card, I actually did. This is a custom inking paper thing, and I did a video on this as well. So if you want to learn how to make the custom paper, just go to my other videos. There should be a playlist on my card classes, so just go to that. But this is what I did for the background. So let's get started with this card here. What we're going to start out with is the So Saffron 5.5 by 4 1/4, the normal kind of stuff. And I always like to do the inside first, because especially in the card classes, these are pretty simple. What you're going to get in your pack is these 2 pieces of paper here. One is cut with the Stitch So Sweetly, and the other one I just cut on the cutter. So, but you're also going to get a smaller one in your card packet. The smaller one goes on the front of the card. The larger one goes inside. So let's go ahead and snail that up. And we're just going to put it in the middle here. Flip it over, snail it up, and make sure you've got the card opening the right way. And put this in the middle. Pretty standard kind of stuff. All right, let's work on the card front. So we're gonna take that custom paper, and if you look at the card here, we've got all these pre-cut flowers from the lily pad suite. So we're gonna go ahead and take these all out. I've already pre-cut all of these, and these are cut in Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to lay them on this custom paper. So I gave you a bunch of them, so you should have enough to cover the entire paper. So just kind of, you know, do your thing, put them where you want them. Kind of coming off is always awesome. You don't have to do the middle, because we're going to have that smaller square cover that up, so you can kind of use that as your template of where you want to do things. So, and then you want to take your silicone pad and your fine tip glue. This stuff is awesome if you don't have it. If you were to buy 1 thing or 2 things from Stampin' Up, it would be this silicone pad and this glue that I absolutely love. And then take some tweezers, and we're going to apply it to the card. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes, and I'm going to fill up the entire card here, and I'll be right back. So now I've got all my flowers on. Now you notice I left the middle blank because we're going to have this piece go over, so I don't need to put on any more. And you should have 12 of these in your packet, so I had an extra one left over, so just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to fill the whole thing. Now I'm going to take this. Now if you notice, I hung a bunch over the edge, and I think that makes it really cool when you do that. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm going to just cut them off. So I'm going to cut these off, and I will be right back. Now our next step is this middle part here. So I've done something kind of tricky. So here's the Stitch So Sweetly in the So Saffron, and I actually had to stop the video and figure out, what did I do? So this white, the Whisper White or the Shimmer White that I've got here, and it's definitely Stitched So Sweetly, but there's no dye to it. It's like, how the heck did I do that? So this is how I did that. I actually used the die and altered it. So here's the die originally. As you can tell, it's too big. I wanted to cut this so I can get these 2 elements on. So what I did was a trick. I took this and I lined it up with the die. Now I know that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I took this and I put the die back in it, and I kind of lined it up. So if you take your dies, and this is a great way to get more out of your die. So I took that and I lined it up. Now if you notice, I'm going over the die because I want this edge. If you do it the other way, you're going to get this, and this this does not look like what I did. So we want that scalloped edge on the outside. So make sure you go over it like this, otherwise you're going to be doing it again. And I'm going to show you on my die cutter here. So I got this all taped down, and you definitely want to tape it because anytime that you move or the plate moves, you know, you're going to just knock it out of position, and we need it to be exactly in the right spot. So take this off, pull this up, and look what you got. You have a die that's just a little shorter, so you can get all your stuff in rather than that great big die that's going to take over the whole thing. So that's how you make this die. Now I'll have that pre-cut in your card kit, but just so you know, there's other ways to get more out of your dies. So look at how much it cut off. That's quite a bit of space. So, and like I said, it has to go over it, because if you do it the other way, you get this, and that's not pretty at all. So we're going to take this and grab our silicone sheet and nail that onto our card. And I'm just going to put it right under the dotted line. And that Stitch So Sweetly die set is definitely a good one to invest in. It's really done quite a bit. So, all right. So next, I'm going to get out my little goodies, and you'll get these all pre-cut in your card kit. And I'm going to go ahead and put Inspire. Now, the thing about Inspire is it has these little dots for the eyes. So if you look in your baggie, there will be these 2 little dots. So be careful when you open up your card stuff, because they could fall out, and then you're going to have to just take a pen and do your eyes. So I'm just going to take my fine tip glue and do little dots on it. And definitely get a pair of tweezers that'll keep your hands clean, and you can put it where you need it. So I've got the ones that stay closed and you have to push to open them up. So I'm going to put Inspire right here. It's going to go, the P is going to go a little over the stitching. Put that on. And then I'm going to take the glue again and put the dots on the card. Try not to put too much. I'm going to get a little bit of that off. And I'll lick my finger because these things are so small. And I'm just going to put it right over the glue. And there we go. Now I'm going to take my little lily pad design here, and you'll get some little rhinestones, and you're going to take the rhinestones and put them in here. This is from the holiday rhinestones, and they're still available, and they are not retiring, so get them now, because once Christmas hits, or even close to Christmas, I start making Christmas cards in like September, and they'll sell out fast. So you might as well order them now while they're still low on the radar, unlike, you know, toilet paper nowadays. Anyway, so take that and take your fine tip glue. You definitely want to use fine tip glue. Don't snail it, because if you put this in an envelope, the webbing from the snail is going to catch on your envelope, and all of a sudden you won't be able to open the envelope. So fine tip glue this part. And then we've got a leaf and our lily flower. So I'm going to go ahead and take the glue here to the bottom of the flower and glue that on top of it. And I can take snail to this. And I'm going to, before I put this on, actually, let's go ahead and put our card together. So we've got our custom paper with our flowers on. And this goes over the entire card. So take this and match it up to the opening first, right to the edge. Okay, then we're going to take the saffron piece, snail that, and put that so it covers all your blank spots for your card. And then we're going to hang this doodad, and of course I just newly glued it, so it just popped right off. I'm going to take this and put it right here so it just hangs right over that white stitched so sweetly. And that's it. That's the card. So if you like this, if you don't have a card kit already, go ahead and send me a message through joyacards.com or Noreen at joyacards.com. That's NOREEN.joyacards.com, and email me a message, and that'll do it. So thank you very much. Bye.